So recently I've been on Instagram, and especially on my breaks for my shifts, I only get like a couple minutes literally, and it sucks. I don't understand why, but when on my break, I just kind of hop on my phone on Instagram, and if you scroll down enough, you get like sponsored posts, and there's nothing wrong with that. But um, I'm into art, and so what I get on my feed is art sponsors, and I want to talk about the range of like the diversity of these sponsors, because I can get the most beautiful piece ever and I'll be like, yo, what the fuck? Why haven't I found this guy earlier? To like, all right, So I'm gonna just talk about some I found while scrolling a couple days ago, and I screenshot them. So here we go. So for a couple of these artists, they actually have processes, and they talk about on video what their process and how they draw. So I'm also gonna put those videos up too, like a little bit snippets of it, of them talking about their process and like the way they visualize things as well. When I if I find it, I don't know if all these artists do, but I did find some. So I'm gonna put it at the end of every like summary of what their page is for what I do. So after I'm done talking, you're gonna see them talk about how they visualize things and process things, and how they draw. So yeah, let's now we can actually do it. So one of the first artists that I really found on these on the sponsored page when you scroll down is this guy named Paul Hedson. He works with a lot of inking. He does a lot of in-person sketches. Not even sketches. He just literally freehands it. He just grabs a pen he has, the fountain pens, and he just kind of gets to work with it, and he kind of just continues. And I found it very interesting because he would talk about his process, and I started doing that too recently because of him. What he would do is just literally sit down and grab his ink pen, or his fountain pen or whatever. Sometimes he brings like a marker or whatever, and he starts drawing, and I'm like, dude, I'm gonna start doing that. So I started doing that too because of this guy. But if you look at his page, it's really cool. He draws really insanely. I'll put some pictures up here, and I'll definitely link all the pages that I found, because these are interesting artists. But this is one of the ones that I found like the most interesting. His art is absolutely insane. I wish I could draw like that, because man, if you just see all his sketches, the way he just processes things in just a matter of like minutes, like these probably take like 30 minutes for him. It looks impressive. That would probably take me like an hour or two to do. It's absolutely insane.
So this is basically how I do a POV drawing. These days I rarely start with a pencil pre-sketch. I just go straight in with pen. Also, I start with the immediate foreground. You'll notice that I'm using a Winsor Newton fineliner pen, and I'm not holding it at the very tip like the precision grip that we kind of associate with writing, but I'm holding it a little bit higher up the barrel. The reason being that I feel like having a little bit less control is actually kind of liberating in terms of the spontaneity and the other sort of desirable line qualities you can get with it. And the other reason for this is just because it's easier for the camera to see when I'm drawing, and that's not a bad thing. And you'll notice that I start foreground to background and sort of work my way out into the space, kind of trying to latch on to relationships between objects that help sort of strengthen the way the eye travels from the foreground to the background. I already have an idea sort of mentally how this is going to read visually because I've done so many of these, but it never hurts to do an underdrawing if it's something you're not comfortable doing immediately with pen and ink. At this point, I've done hundreds of these and literally thousands of pen and ink sketches, so my comfort level with the medium is hopefully pretty high at this point.
Alright, so the next artist I'm going to be looking up is named Basketball Infinite Visuals. So this guy is definitely unique. I found him on my sponsored as well. And so here is like an image or two of what I found. And he is an absolute unit. Like, he is in this hustle business. He has shirts. He has a MBA video game career or something. He gets interviews. He definitely gets recognized. People buy his stuff. So I respect the hustle. So if you look at some of these paintings and pictures he does, they're definitely unique, as he'll like combine two characters or just completely edit a photo or just do some interesting things with these drawings. And he's in it for the bag. He is in it for his skill. You know, he is literally driving to be a better artist. If you can see, like, he will upload every day and take any request every day, and it's absolutely insane. Like, I don't know how he continues to motivate himself like this, but it's definitely motivational for me, at least. Especially if you look at his page, it just keeps going. Doesn't matter what it is, he will draw it, and he will do it as best as he can, which is like respectable. Like, it's unreal. The hustle is there. Now, I'm going to show you a clip of him doing this interview, and you were to think that this guy is probably stuck, you know, drawing and maybe not improving. No, this guy is improving. He in this clip I'm about to show of his interview, of him talking about his process and how he started, he is literally improving from his first drawing to his most recent. Like, this guy is actually improving. So don't think this guy is just fucking around. No, he is serious. Like, he is actually putting in the work. Like, he is actually improving. Like, I'm dead ass serious. This guy is for real with this shit.
So my name is my legal name is Michael Flynn, and for a reason or two, I decided to change my name online to Flynn Patrick. When I started creating visuals, I was mentoring for individuals who have disabilities, specifically on the autism spectrum, which I didn't tell them I was myself, but I was doing it too. And there were art classes, and I started helping out with the classes, like physically, with the physical pieces. So I remember my first ever visual, October 15th, 2021. I drew a LaMelo Ball during art class at work and posted it. And then my fourth ever was Cade Cunningham, and I posted it on the Detroit Pistons subreddit, and it got like 100,000 views on my fourth ever drawing ever. So I was like, well, maybe there's something here. That's when I started. I took it pretty seriously. I was like, my fourth drawing ever has 100,000 views. I was like, you know what? Let's go with this. And it worked. I really focused on the color. This was pastel marker, I believe. And the themes of the emotional texture of this, and I remember one of my close friends who I was working with at the time, like, posted it on a story, and he was like, the emotional texture of this is just like unlike anything I've ever seen before. So I like the color we used down here. We really focused on, as you can see with I really focused on the filling of the color with this one. You know, I guess at this point, I think I was almost 20 for the reference picture here. And being in college, just not as much stress. And then this is me being an Instagram artist online 10 years later.
Alright, for this next guy, his name is Lawrence Bobdry. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but this guy is an absolute doodler. This is a doodle guy in his prime right now, and he'll definitely get better. He is a very interesting guy because he is what I would be like in school. I would literally doodle, and I love his style because he is such a doodler. And I'll show you some pictures of what he does. And this is some insane looking detail. Like, this is something you would sit down and do. And he just doodles almost all the time, uploads them, and then does these every day. He just loves to doodle, and I respect that. I love doing that. So yeah, this guy is like an absolute doodler of a guy. I absolutely love his drawings and pictures that he uploads. He just started uploading his pictures more recently because I can't find this guy anywhere else besides Instagram. I guess he has a TikTok, but I'm not gonna go there. But yeah, man, he has like a wide range of drawings, and he usually does like these insane combat or mechanical figures, and he's definitely improving. If you scroll down all the way to the beginning of his art career, you can definitely see his beginning to now of his improvement. I love the details he adds because they're absolutely insane, and I find it kind of charming in a way, how he just is able to bring these things together. And I hope he continues because I absolutely love this interesting style of like doodling. One thing I did find on his profile is like these animations. I'll put them right here, but yeah, they're definitely interesting. Sadly, no interview for this guy. I was thinking about interviewing him, but I don't think I have enough time for that because I got stuff to do, and I was just thinking about making this video really quick. But I don't know. We'll see if like I might one day, but who knows? Yeah, but this guy, absolutely insane. Cool little doodler guy. So the next artist that I've been really wanting to talk about, that's actually got me to make this video, is this man called Darnell the Artist. How dare I mess that up? But he is actually a war veteran. I think he came from Iraq or from the Middle East. He was definitely deployed over there during that time, and so his Instagram page is mainly about military drawings. I definitely cannot show some here, but his drawings are definitely interesting because you can definitely tell that he has, in a nice way, have seen stuff, and you can tell he's very into politics and whatnot. But I think that's the main point. The main point is that he's an artist and he's uploading these, and you gotta appreciate him from his art. Now, you could definitely tell that he was from, during the time he was definitely deployed, because a lot of his pictures are of him maybe reminiscing of what he did and maybe the situations he was in, and you can definitely tell that he is definitely seen some stuff. And I don't know if you definitely know that some of these drawings are not realistic in this sense, but you could definitely tell he has maybe seen things. I don't want to put words in his mouth, but I'm not gonna blame him. He was a combat veteran, so I'm not gonna hold him for anything that he's maybe done or whatever. He is an artist now, and I think that's how we should appreciate his post. And if you look at these drawings, it doesn't matter which way you look at it. They all tell a story, and maybe he had experienced some things, and maybe this is his way of telling, like, this is what I did, this is how I think, and this is probably what I saw. And he could definitely tell his views and what he thinks, and his art definitely shows that, and I respect that. And it's really cool to see how this man just puts pen and paper on acrylic and paints these pictures, and sometimes they're very violent, but he gives it to you straight, and I respect that. Sadly, no interview for this guy as well, but you don't really need. I was thinking about doing another interview with this guy. I was thinking about doing interviews with people that don't have an interview, but sadly that's not going to happen because I'm very busy, and I would if I could, but I just can't right now. But these guys are but yeah, he is definitely someone who is one of the most unique artists on the platform that I was sponsored, that I've seen on a sponsored post. That's gonna be it. Now I'm recording this like a week or two after the original recording, and yeah, man. If you want, there is so much more Instagram. There's billions of posts and sponsors on here, and if you guys are interested, I have more screenshots of these interesting artists I found. So if you're interested in seeing more of these that I keep consistently finding, I have no idea why. I don't know if people get like sponsor posts this often for art, but I swear, man, the only sponsored art things I get is just artists, and very rarely. I remember like literally 2 weeks ago, or maybe a week, I literally got my first post that wasn't a drawing. It was just this guy and this girl, and this sponsored. It's just like a selfie together. But yeah, man, if you guys want more of these like interesting finds that I get from these sponsored accounts, let me know, because I literally have like 5 more artists that I found that were just so interesting that I can put in this video because I just want to get over with. But yeah, all right, that's it.